right, hard to believe. It has been nearly 4 years since Hawaii shut down for the pandemic. Still, though, the historic site at Kalaupapa on Molokai remains closed. Chad Blair from Civil Beat has been tracking this. Chad, this is kind of incredible that this is still going on.
It really is, and kudos to Brittany Light, our reporter who uncovered this story. She heard from a Catholic priest in New York who was trying to reach a travel agency on Oahu because the priest and 26 pilgrims wanted to travel to Kalaupapa. They wanted to walk in the footsteps of St. Damien and St. Mary Ann Cope. It's such a spiritual, historical place. But it turns out they could not. There have, in fact, been no tour operations for the last 4 years. The priest, as you can imagine, very disappointed, wanting to make this essentially a once-in-a-lifetime trip.
It's shocking to me that this is still going on because, as we mentioned, it's almost March now, so almost 4 years. It's really bureaucracy in multiple levels.
Well, Brittany, trying to get some answers because you're right, while COVID restrictions have lifted for the rest of the state, they stayed in place there at Kalaupapa, which even had more strict regulations during COVID, but you still can't visit there. So what Brittany did is she did get a hold of a park ranger who says they are working on improving the permit process and they're working on some concerns and some issues. They did not elaborate on what those might be. They recognize there's a lot of demand to visit Kalaupapa. Brittany did reach the Department of Health, by the way, which co-manages the area, and they said they hope this year there will be an update on this.
But in talking to people who are actually trying to navigate this permit process, there really aren't any answers to them.
No, it's not very helpful. All the more good reason that Brittany ran this story. But we do know that the Park Service is well aware that lots of folks, local folks, Catholics, people from the mainland, people from Europe, really want to go and see this place. And remember, the 1860s, thousands of people were essentially banished to what was then called a leper colony. Today, I believe there are 8 people still surviving. 5 of them still live there at Kalaupapa.
So do we know if there are going to be any answers soon as far as whether or not people will be able to take a pilgrimage there?
We're hopeful. We think that maybe the story, which is our lead story today on Civil Beat, will inspire people, if you will, to get motivated. As I said, the Park Service recognizes this, but they're trying to work through these systems. Hopefully, when they do figure out what's going on, they let us know exactly what took so long.
Yeah, I kind of forgotten about it, so it was good to see this article on Civil Beat. All right, so if you want to read it, you should definitely. Civilbeat.org is where you can find it, or text 66866 to get the newsletter. Chad, thanks for being here today.
Thanks, Grace.
We'll be right back.